Hello, hello, hi, folks. Welcome, welcome. Happy Monday. In hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. Welcome, welcome. Truthfully, I've been kind of a lazy today. It was productive in the first maybe half of the day, and then I just hit. I don't know what happened. I just hit lazy mode. Um, Taking a couple of, well, they're trying a new prescription with me. I finally said okay. So I'm trying a new prescription, and that's kind of making me feel a little weird. But and it is gold, and I don't care where you're coming in from. Could be from the East Coast. Yeah, squeeze, baby doll. You could be coming from East Coast, like T Money is coming from, and it could be minus 100, but it's cold here in California. Anyway, I got a nice little story. I haven't told a story for a while, like a story. So, and I titled this, "What is a man? What is a person with a like pounds and pounds of gold worth?" Right. Well, some of you are that are in business and finance and trading and stuff, you may get smart aleck with me and say, oh well, it depends what day it is and what gold sold for. Ay, ay, ay. Let me tell you the story. so there's so there's a man who's very wealthy, and he has pounds and pounds of gold. So what he does, he digs a hole and puts all this gold in the hole and throws the dirt right back on it. Well, the next night he comes in and he digs the hole again, takes out all the gold, takes it, like washes it, and then puts it back in the hole, and then dumps the dirt back on it again. Comes back the next night, digs the hole, pulls the gold out, washes it, admires it, puts it back, dumps the dirt back on it again. This happens like a few nights in a row, right? Well, it doesn't take that long. A neighbor is watching this and is all like, well, I can just pull that pot of gold out myself. So that's what the neighbor does. The neighbor takes out the pounds of gold. So the next night when this guy goes and digs his hole to admire his gold, there's nothing there. Nothing there at all. So he's sitting there crying, just pounding his head, and a walker by is a walker by a guy who's standing a guy who's walking by sees him and says, "Hey, what's the story? How come you're like you're pounding your head while you're crying in the middle of the night in this hole, right?" And then the guy explains the story to him. Well, the passerby says, well, maybe you should just patch up the hole and put this nice rock on top of the dirt. And the guy goes, what is that? What does that have anything to do with my pounds of gold, right? Well, he says, well, what does those pounds and pounds of gold, what good does it do for you if it's underground and you don't use it? It's just like this rock, the same thing as this rock, because you don't use what you have. You just admire what you have. Now, I could draw a few different feedbacks from or takeaways from this story, but I'll drop you a couple. Okay. One is maybe the obvious for some, maybe not so obvious, but for some it may be obvious. And that is, hey, it doesn't matter what you have. Like, it literally doesn't matter. Um, and it's funny because, well, not funny, but funny. But I'll relate it to a story that happened to me today, and it's kind of I shared a thought with this person, and then I came up with a story to share with you on this live, which was kind of weird. But you know, it doesn't matter what you have. Like I could know that I'm great at this, and great. Team Money can know that he's great at this. That's wonderful. You know, Elon Musk. I don't care what you think of him. Chill, chill. I don't care what you think of him. It's not the point. He could know that he's great at putting electric cars together, or putting people in, you know, outer space, and making batteries and underground tunnels. Maybe he could be he could sit on the couch and think that he knows he would do great at them. You feel me? But what good does that do, right? What good does it do when you know you got all these things? Let's call them greatness. You got all this greatness, and you just dig them out, admire them, and then dig them back and put them back in, and never use them. Never use them. I'll give you a couple examples, and one is today, for fresh as today. I called Verizon because I got this email to that I qualified for some kind of a discount or something. So I called them, right? I called them, and the chat was taking forever. So I called them, and I started talking to this one person, and she was just so nice, right? She was just a just so nice, right? Fresh, just so fresh and so nice and pleasant, and you know, making conversation and checking all the stuff. And then I told her, I said, you know, I got to tell you something. You're great at what you do. You're really good at what you do. But if this call is recorded, your boss may hate me for this, but I'll tell you this. But you're great at what you do, but that doesn't mean you're supposed to be doing that. Remember that you're more than just a customer service rep at Verizon. Just because you're good at something doesn't it may mean that you're looking over what you're great at. You got that? You could be good at this, but you could be great at something else. Besides, it may not be your purpose, right? So I told her, I said, you know what? I just want you to know that you're built for more. I can tell that by your tone of voice and the way you carry the conversation, and the way you handle this whole thing. Because we were on the phone for a while. We were on the phone for about maybe half hour, 20 minutes. And you know, she helped me out, right? So that's one example I can give you. And then I'll give you another example that just kind of came to me, right? And that is, I was talking to a person not so long ago, maybe about a month ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. And this person, when we were speaking, yeah, maybe about a month ago, this person, when we were speaking, she was telling me how amazing she is at like, let's just call it network marketing and direct sales. She was telling me, yeah, I did this in the last company, or the company I was with before. I did this, I ranked up to this, and she just boom, boom, boom. She just talked all this greatness, right? And then when it came to play, she was gone, like ghosted. And it's like you talking about your pounds and pounds of gold, but living in an apartment. Catch that? It's not the apartment concept, by the way, right? You can have pounds and pounds of gold for what? and live in an apartment. Like, in, you know, those pounds of gold, that much greatness could do so much in the world. You could do so much in the world with your greatness. If you know you got something, you know. And I'm talking a lot about this. I feel like I'm talking a lot about like this lately. I don't know, maybe I am. But that's just kind of, I don't know, that just kind of sits on my heart right now, you know. And maybe I'm talking to you to talk to myself, you know, in a way. So it's like I was actually talking to my cousin yesterday. You know, he said, "Oh, you'd be great at doing this." I said, "Yeah, I'd be great at doing this." It's actually 6 seconds of courage. Um, um, so like, yeah, you'd be great at doing this. I said, yeah, I'd be great at doing a lot of things. But am I supposed to be just doing things I'm great at? That's something you got to answer. I can't answer that for you. I have answered that question for myself, but I haven't. I mean, that's something up to you. I want to pursue purpose, and I haven't done that for 50 years, and that sucks. Remember that one skit that the guy came up with, 6 minute abs? Oh, what movie was that? This hitchhiker in this one movie was hilarious. And then the other guy says, "Well, what if somebody comes up with 7 minute abs?" He's like, "No, this is 6 minutes." Um, or 5 minute abs, you know? So like, no, this is 6 minutes, man. I don't know. I digress. But yeah, so you know, I no longer want to pursue, like, I get it, pursuing greatness. Was it something about Mary? Maybe. Um, it's not about pursuing that greatness, because greatness I feel like will follow, but if you use everything you got, you know, and the Bible talks about this all the time, but if you gotta use everything you got, all you got, right? And if you do that, it's just, I feel like it's way beyond greatness. That's where you get into a purpose driven life, right? So hopefully you guys got Team Money knows his movies, but I do that movie is hilarious. Something about Mary, and that scene is just hilarious. He goes, "Yeah, it's a 6 minute ab." He goes, "Well, what if somebody comes up with a 5 minute ab?" He goes, "No, no, it's just 6 minutes." It's just hilarious. You have to be there. Maybe you can watch the movie if you haven't. But hopefully you guys got some love, some inspiration, some value from this live. I appreciate you guys. Hey, if you're Sanjay, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Hopefully you catch the replay. I am about to be done. Hopefully you guys got some love, inspiration, value. Drop your thoughts, your feedback below. Hey, if you feel like you're brave enough, you want to share with us, hey, I know I'm great at this, just one thing, right? You don't have to list 20 things. You can pick one thing and say, you know, I know I'm great at this and I need to work on, you know, just kind of developing that more. So if you're brave enough, drop that in the comments below. Let this feed grow. I appreciate you guys. And if you feel like this was worthy of sharing, do what you got to do. Spread the love. Tag a couple people here. Share it on your wall. And until tomorrow, when we do it all over again, much love.